Hi boys and girls, welcome to my YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe after watching this video so that you can receive the latest information. So today we are going to continue with our revision. This is ZIMSEC November 2024 A-Level Paper 1. In the previous classes, we managed to solve problem number 1 up to problem number 10. So this is question number 11. The function f of x is equal to x squared minus 6x plus 8 is defined for 0 is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 3. So this function is defined for this. Find this. What is this? This is nothing but the inverse of f of x. B, state the domain of the inverse of f of x. C, you are supposed to sketch the graphs of f of x and the inverse of f of x on the same axis. Okay, so we want to find the inverse of this. So how are we going to find the inverse of this? See, f of x is nothing but y. So this is y is equal to x squared minus 6x plus 8. Okay, so what are you supposed to do? This is a quadratic, what? A quadratic function. Okay, this is a quadratic function. So we want to make x be the subject of the formula. Okay, so how are we going to do this? You are supposed to complete the square. Okay, you are supposed to complete the square. So I'm going to complete the square. See, you find half. The first thing, the coefficient of x squared should be 1. Yes, the coefficient of x squared is 1. Now, find half of the coefficient of x. The coefficient of x is negative 6. So half of negative 6 is nothing but minus 3. You square this answer, so minus 3 to the power 2, what is the answer? Is 9. What are you supposed to do? You add this 9 and you subtract this 9. It means y is equal to x squared minus 6x plus 9 plus 8 minus 1. Here we are. See, this is x squared minus 6x plus 9. This can be what? This can be factorized. And if you factorize this, you are going to get y is equal to x minus 3 to the power 2. Okay, here this is minus 9. Now 8 subtract 9. What is the answer? 8 subtract 9, this is nothing but minus 1. Here we are. We want to make x be the subject of the formula. So what are you supposed to do? Take this negative 1 to this side. So it becomes y plus 1 is equal to x minus 3 to the power what? To the power 2. Okay, now you are supposed to take the square root of both what? The square root of both sides. So if you take the square root of both sides, see, this will be positive or negative. The square root of y plus 1, okay, is equal to x minus 3. You bring this 3 to this side. So 3 plus or minus the square root of y plus 1 is equal to x. Here we are. Now we want to write the inverse. We want to write this thing. F to the power minus 1 of x is equal to what? Okay, so you are supposed to find out whether this is positive or this is what? This is negative. So how are we going to find out? How are we going to choose the correct what? The correct side. So I'm going to use the domain and the range. See, there is a relationship. There is a relationship between the range and domain of f of x and the inverse of what? Of f of x. There is a relationship. What is the relationship? See, the domain of f of x is nothing but the range of the inverse of f of x. And the range of f of x is nothing but the domain of what? Of the inverse of f of x. See, what is this? This is the domain of f of x. This is the domain of what? Of f of x. It means if you have this domain, you can find out the range of f of x. You can find out the range of what? Of f of x. See, I'm going to find out the range here. This is the domain f of 0. See, 0 is less than or equal to x, which means 0 is part of the domain. So f of 0 is equal to 0 to the power 2 minus 6 into 0. This is 0 plus 8. The answer is what? Is 8. What is the next value of x? It's 1, right? Because we are saying 0 is less than or equal to. So if x is equal to 1, f of 1, you place a 1 here. It becomes what? 1. This is 1 squared, okay, which is 1 minus, see, 6 times 1, this is 6 plus 8. What is the answer? This is 3. You are supposed to find f of 2. What is f of 2? Put a 2 here, 2 to the power 2, which is 4, minus 6 times 2. Okay, then plus 8. What is the answer? The answer is 0. Now f of 3. What is f of 3? See, 3 is part of the domain. I'm going to put a 3 here. 3 to the power 2, this is 9. Minus 6 times 3, this is minus 18. Plus what? Plus 8. What is the answer? This is negative 1. Okay, now you can write the range. Now you can write the what? The range. So see, negative 1 is less than or equal to f of x, okay, which is less than or equal to 8. This is nothing but the range of f of x. Negative 1 is less than or equal to f of x, which is less than or equal to 8. So now I have the range of f of x. I also have the domain of f of what? F of x. I have these two things. I know this range of f of x is nothing but the domain of the inverse. The domain of the what? Of the inverse. Okay, but this range is the domain of this. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Okay, now let's say this, I'm going to substitute now. See, I have negative 1083. Okay, so it means I'm going to put a what? An 8 here. Now 3 plus or minus. Okay, so here I'm going to say 3 plus the square root of, here I'm going to put an 8. So 8 plus 1, what is the answer? Is 9. Okay, well, now this is 3 plus the square root of 9, what is the answer? Is 3. So 3 plus 3, what is the answer? This is 6. And here, I'm going to say 3 minus the square root of what? 3 minus, I'm going to put a minus here. So 3 minus the square root of 9. What is the answer? This is 3 minus 3, which is what? Which is 0. Okay, this is 6 and this is 0. Let's move on to the next part. I want you to see, what is this? This is nothing but the output of the inverse. Okay, see, I'm saying this is the domain of the inverse. This is the domain of the inverse. So I'm putting 8. Okay, well, here 8 plus 1, I'm getting a 9. 8 plus 1, I'm getting a 9. If you put a plus here, this is the answer. If you put a minus, this is the answer. Now I want you to check, is 6 in the domain of f of x? Is 6 in the domain of f of x? No. This 6 is not in the domain of f of x. Is 0 in the domain of f of x? Yes. 0 is in the domain of f of x. So it means the correct sign is what? Is minus. Okay, right? So the final answer is the inverse of this one is equal to 3 minus the square root of you remove this y, you put an x plus 1. This is the final answer. The inverse of f of x is equal to 3 minus the square root of x plus 1. The next question is saying state the domain of the inverse of f of x. You are supposed to state the domain, and we know the range of what? The range of f of x. The range of f of x is nothing but the domain. Okay, but the range of f of x is nothing but the domain of this. Okay, we are given the domain of f of x, and I managed to get the what? I managed to get the, what's this? I managed to get the range of f of x, which is nothing but the domain. So now you write your answer like this, part B. See, this is the range of f of x, which means it is the domain of the inverse of f of x. So the answer is minus 1 is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 8. Here we are. So this is the domain and this is the inverse. Sketch the graphs of f of x and the inverse of f of x on the same axis. So you are supposed to sketch the graph. So see, if you want to sketch the graph, what are you supposed to do? If you want to sketch the graph, it means you are supposed to this is graph of f of x. You want to sketch the graph of f of x. See, f of x is equal to x squared minus 6x plus 8. Okay, now see, like this I'm going to draw. Okay, these are the y-axis, and what is this? This is the x-axis. Okay, and what is this? This is 0. Okay, so if this is 0, what is the answer? This is 8. So I'm going to put in 8 here. Okay, if x is 0 here, 0, 0, this is 8. And if x is 1, I say this is 1 minus 6 plus 8. What is the answer? This is 3. Okay, so if 1, this is 3. I'm going to put something like a sketch here. Okay, I want to see the direction of the curve. Here now, if it's 2, this is 4, okay, minus 12 plus 8. So this is 0. If it's 2, this is what? This is 0. This is 4 minus 12 plus what? Plus 8. So this is 0. Here we are. This point, and this point. If it's 3, what is the answer? 3 squared, this is 9 minus 18 plus 8. This is negative 1. Okay, like this is, if it's 3, this is negative 1. Here we are. Okay, right. What is the other thing that you are supposed to know? So from 0 up to 3. So I have the graph now. So you can draw the graph of f of x. See, if you solve this graph now, what is the answer? If you solve, you can solve this equation. You put a 0 here. So now I'm going to solve. This is 1. This is negative 6. And this is what? 8. What is the answer? So the solution to this graph is x is equal to 2 and x is equal to 4. So this graph is going to cut the x-axis here and here, but this is not part of the what? This is not part of the domain. So see, I'm going to draw now the graph. This is the graph. It's not a straight line actually. It's not a straight line. This is a curve. From this point, this point, this point, this point. Here we are. This is my graph. What are you supposed to do now? In order for, so this is the graph of f of x, okay? In order for you to find the graph of the inverse, what are you supposed to do? You reflect this graph in the line y is equal to x. This is the line y is equal to x. So if you reflect this graph in the line y is equal to x, what will happen to this graph? See, if you reflect this in the line y is equal to this thing, what will happen to this graph? So if you reflect this graph now, see, I said this point, this is nothing but negative 1. This is negative 1. Okay, if it is 3, this is negative 1. This is 8, this is 0, this is 2. So what will happen if you reflect? This point will come here. So this is now, this is 8. Okay, so this point will come here. And this 3 will become this point. And here you have this minus 1 will come here. So it will be here. Okay, right. So now what is the graph? This is the graph. This is the graph. So this is the graph of the what? Of the inverse. So what is important? Please draw a big diagram. Label y-axis, x-axis. Place a 0. This is important. Y-axis, x-axis, and place a 0. You are also supposed to draw this line. Y is equal to x. Okay, which means you know that in order for you to get the graph of the inverse from f of x, you are supposed to reflect it in this what? In this line. This is important. And these two lines should meet at the mirror line here. They should meet on the what? On the mirror line. This is the mirror line. The other thing, please give a field point. Likewise, see, if x is 0, what is the value of the y-axis? It's 8. This point is very important. And the last thing now, it's 3. If x is 3 now, here, what is the value of this? It's minus 1. Okay, and also where it cuts the x-axis, the x-intercept is important here. You also highlight it too. Okay, these things very simple, to not take you 5 minutes to find out the x-intercept and this. Okay, now it means when you want to, if you want to reflect now, it's now easy. This 8 will come here direct. Okay, this 3, it's negative 1. It means this will be the 3 on the what? Y-axis, and this negative 1 will become on the what? On the x-axis. So this is question number 11. Okay, so let's move on to question number 12. This is question number 12. Expand 2x plus 3 divided by the cubic root of 1 minus x divided by 3 to the power 2 in ascending powers of x up to and including the term in x to the power 3, simplifying the coefficients. This is a 6-mark question. State the set of values of x for which the expansion is valid. Okay, well, the first thing that you are supposed to know, you want to expand it. See, if you have the cubic root of 1 minus x divided by 3 to the power 2. Okay, well, this is nothing but 1 minus x divided by 3 to the power 2. Okay, then also to the power what? This is the cubic root. Now, the cubic root is nothing but 1 divided by 3. Okay, so this is to the power 2 and also raised to the power 1/3. So what is this? This is 1 minus x divided by 3 to the power 2 over 3. A number is raised to a power and also raised to another power. The result is that number raised to the product of the what? Of the powers. Here we are. Okay. The other thing that we are supposed to know is this. This is in the denominator, right? This thing is the denominator. So if I want this denominator multiplied by this, it means what? It means to the power negative 2 over 3. So the question is 2x plus 3 into 1 minus x divided by 3 to the power negative 2 by 3. This is the thing. Okay, This is a linear what? This is a linear factor. Also, this is a linear factor now, but this is raised to the power -3. So this can be, you can expand this first. Okay, using the binomial theorem. If you have 1 plus ax to the power what? N. What is this? This is 1 plus nx plus nn minus 1x squared, okay? Plus nn minus 1 n minus 2 x cubed plus ... This is it and so on now. Over 3 factorial, over 2 factorial, over what? Over 1 factorial. And what is the rule? Here the constant should be 1. The constant should be 1. So this is already arranged. This is 1 minus x divided by 3. So what is the value of n? N is nothing but minus 2 by 3. And what is the value of x? The value of a now, this is negative 1 by 3. Negative 1 by 3. Okay, so I'm going to substitute. I have 2x plus 3. Okay, I'm going to do this. Okay, this is 1 plus n minus 2 by 3. Okay, and x is minus x by 3 plus here what is n? Minus 2 by 3 minus 2 by 3 minus 1. Okay, minus 2 by 3 minus 1. This is nothing but minus 5 by 3. X, what is x now? This is negative x by 3 to the power what? 2. 2 factorial is nothing but 2. Here I have n which is minus 2 by 3. And n minus 1, this is negative 5 by 3. Now I have n minus 2. This is what? C minus, that should be negative 5 by 8, right? When it's minus 2 by 3 minus 2, what is the answer? It's minus 8 by 3. So here I have minus 8 by 3. Everything divided by 3 factorial is nothing but 6. Okay, it's going like this. Here we are. Now we should simplify. Let's simplify this. This is 2x plus 3. Okay, and here I have 1. A negative and a negative is a positive. So this is positive 2x by 9. Okay, this is negative to the power 2. So this is positive. The answer here is a positive. And here again it's a positive. Good. So I have plus 1 by 2 into C. 2 times 5. What is the answer? This is 10. Okay, 2 times 5. What is the answer? This is 10. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 squared is nothing but 9. 9 by 9, this is nothing but 81. Okay, now x to the power what? To the power 2. So this is 10 over 81 x squared. Half is 2 nines. This half. Here plus, yes. See, a negative and a negative. This is to the power, here I think I made a mistake. Here. You are supposed to put x, which is minus x by 3 to the power what? To the power 3 plus dot. Okay, here we are. I have a negative and a negative. What is the answer? This is a positive times a negative. What is the answer? This is a negative. And here to the power 3, so a negative will come. So see, a negative times a negative. Here I'm going to get a negative, and here I'm going to get a negative. Negative and negative, I'm going to get a what? A positive. Okay. Now 2 times 5, what is the answer? This is nothing but 10. 10 times 8, what is the answer? This is nothing but 80. Okay. Now I have 3 times 3 times 3, this is 27. 3 times 3 is 9, 9 times 3, this is 27. And here also 27 will come out. Okay. So 27 times 27, what is the answer? This is 729. Okay. So I have 729. Yes. So 80 over 729. Here we are. This is x to the power what? To the power 3. Here already I have 1 by 6. So I'm going to write 1 by 6 here. Here we are. Now you can simplify. 80 by 729. 80 by 729. What is the answer? Multiplied. The answer multiplied by 1 by 6. What is the answer? This is 40. So you can write, instead of writing this, I simplified 80 divided by 729 multiplied by this. The answer is 40. 40 divided by 2187. Okay, and here 2 here, 1, 2 here, it's 5. Okay, here we are. This half gone. Now what are you supposed to do? You multiply this by this. What is the answer? I'm going to write the answer here. Okay, I'm going to remove this part again. So 2x times this one, this is nothing but 2x. 2x times this one, this is nothing but 4x squared by 9. 2x times this one, 2 times 5 is nothing but plus 10. Okay, so it's 10x cubed. 10x cubed divided by what? Divided by 81. Okay, now 2x multiplied by this one, so 2 into 40, this is nothing but 80. Okay, so this is 80x to the power 4 divided by, what is this? This is nothing but 187. So the moment you multiply now, this will go right. So I didn't remove this. The moment I multiply now, this 1 over 6 will go. So here we are. Now, what are you supposed to do now? You are supposed to multiply this by 3. So if you multiply this by 3, 3 will come here, and here 2x by 9 will come, and here, what is this? Plus 15 by 81, x squared will come. Now, what is this? Plus 120 over 2187, x to the power 3, dot, dot, dot. Now, okay. So you can simplify. You add this and this. What is the answer? If you add 10 over 81 plus 120 over 2187. What is the answer? This is 130 over 729. So I'm going to write here 130 over 729x to the power 3. I'm going to remove this. Okay. Now I have x squared. 4 over 9. This is 4 over 9 plus 15 over 81. What is the answer? 17 over 27. So here I have 17 over 27. Yes, x squared. So this will go. Okay, here we are. Now I have this 2x over 9, 2 by 9. Yes, plus this 2. What is the answer? 20 over 9. So here I have plus 20 over 9x. Here we are. So I'm going to remove this. Okay. So here we are. X we have. So the final answer is nothing but this 3. Okay. Plus 20 over 9x. Okay. Plus 17 over 27 x squared plus 130 over 729 x cubed plus 80. This is not necessary. They say it up to this one, so you can write like this because this is not necessary. Okay, state the set of values. State the set of values of x for which the expansion is valid. Okay, so for which the expansion is valid. See, we expanded this thing now. We expanded this thing. So you take the modulus of x by 3 is less than 1. Okay, how to solve this inequality? If the modular sign is on one side now, it means x by 3 is less than 1. Then you solve. Here, the modular side is on one side, so you can take this again. X by 3 is greater than negative 1. Okay, so here x is less than, you take this 3 to this side, x is greater than less than 3. Here, x is greater than minus 3. Okay, and if you combine these two, it means minus 3 is less than x is less than 3. Okay, so the expansion is valid within this range. The expansion is valid within this range. Thank you very much, boys and girls. I will see you in the next class. Have a good day.